Rope Talk with Matt Dumont.
Welcome, everybody. This is Top Rope Talk. I'm your host, Matt Dumont. My guest today, my man, Mike Moran, longtime friend, longtime super fan of wrestling, same as me. Our first subject this evening.
You put him up. 2.
Okay. Our first subject this evening, Monday Night Raw. Debut on Netflix. Mixed reviews, mixed opinions. Honestly, if I'm going to grade it, C+.
Like Daniel Bryan back in 2014? He was B+.
He was a
B+. So what I'll say to this, and I know you can agree with me, is ever since the man Triple H took over, the shows have been a hell of a lot better.
Way better.
And the beginning of the show just showed it. Like literally sitting back watching, you get the goosebumps because he is legit bringing it back to what we grew up on.
I have it here in my notes. I watched the whole show. Triple H's intro, the thing with the screens.
I mean, it's
tremendous.
The thing is
so good.
With WWE being affiliated with Netflix, it just brought the show, obviously, to a whole nother level. Watching the arena, how they created it, I think what Triple H is doing is bringing the outside world in a little bit more that Vince didn't do. We can talk about Vince, right?
Sure.
We sure?
Absolutely.
Because that's on Netflix, too. Watch the Vince McMahon documentary. It's pretty good.
Shameless plug. And we don't know those guys, but, it's a great documentary.
It makes you a little uncomfortable sometimes, but Vince is Vince. But Triple H is grew up like you and I grew up. Professional wrestling fans. Not sports entertainment. Professional wrestling fans. That's what he did. So you can see what he's doing. I mean, the presentation was great. I know we're going to get into the first segment, which I'm going to let you continue because it threw a little wrench in our mindset for the year of 2025 in WWE.
The intro, honestly, I thought tremendous. The screens, the video package, Triple H narrating it, then the screens drop and he's sitting in the middle of the ring. Thought it was cool. I thought it was real cool. And it was a great homage to the sport of professional wrestling.
Yes, it was. Loved it. Now, our first guest.
Our first promo of the night. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yes. And by the way, I know you know this already, how much of a belt fan I am. They need to release that on WWE.com. I was talking to my girlfriend, Chantel. I says, that's the next belt I want. Because you know I got my collection.
You've got a bunch?
Okay, continue.
I've worn a few.
Yes, you have.
Both of us huge fans of Dwayne.
Yeah.
He's one of our guys. He's great in the ring. He's great on the microphone. He does it all. Last night,
confusing.
Lackluster at best.
And confusing.
In my honest opinion.
For everything they did with him in 2024. Made him that monster heel again, the Hollywood Rock.
Final boss, the bad guy.
And then,
fuck your story, the whole thing.
Then last night, we're just staring at the screen, excited, goosebumps on us. What is he talking
about? And pardon my French, folks, he starts filleting Cody Rhodes on Netflix.
A little uncomfortable, by the way. I will say a little uncomfortable because I think Cody didn't know what to do either. I feel like that was a...
Cody looked at him like, I think you went off script, bud.
Okay, but thank you. Cody looking like a little stud last night with a little...
Had the nice suit, you know. Yeah. He's Cody Rhodes.
He's Cody Rhodes.
Ass.
But I'm just confused. Like what... That was the first thing that threw me off, and I think any wrestling fan out there just knew how over Dwayne "The Rock" Hollywood Rock Johnson was. The entrance theme, everything that he changed last year, which we all wanted. They gave it to us.
I feel
like, and again, I know we got out. We're going to continue, but it's like they're starting to like bring it back in now. We're like, wait a minute. All right, we're still excited. Rock did his promo. This is how I was looking at the screen. Pet my dog, had a drink, and then we kept going.
One of the best guys in the history of the game on the microphone shit his pants. And maybe that's not what I should say. We might have to edit that one.
No, this is just coming straight from the hip. It smelled bad.
Bro, like, you've got carte blanche. And you're one of the 3 or 4 best in the history of this business. On the microphone.
Yeah.
Not a question about it. And it looked like you've been hanging out with Travis Scott before the show, and you're a giraffe's asshole high or something, and just forgot what the hell you were doing.
Yes, because there I say he kept pointing to his, the goosebumps. I like it.
No, at the beginning when he walked out,
it was there. But then I'm just like,
and then he got in the ring, and
it was like my grandson's diaper when I was holding him when I went to visit him. Just
shit his pants in your arm
the whole time.
What are you doing?
And
you're our guy.
Yeah. I mean, god damn.
Moving on. We're going to go past that.
Yeah.
All right. First set of 20-minute commercials because there were far too many.
Yes.
Last night.
Way too many.
I pay for a Netflix subscription to watch a movie or a show without watching commercials. And in a 3-hour show, I got about an hour and 20 minutes worth like I'm watching USA.
So why do we leave USA?
Why am I paying for the subscription if I still have to watch an hour and 20 minutes of commercials in a 3-hour show now?
Cheers.
Biggest botch of the night so far. Too many ads.
We got a botch already? I thought it was Dwayne being too
happy.
happy.
Now, I'm going to give Dwayne the pass. Okay. He's the biggest star on the planet.
And we're going to continue on because then what's up next?
First match of the night. Solo and Roman. Tribal combat match. Stupid. Means no DQ. Means we're going to get a bunch of schmoz interference. Oh, by the way, which we did.
I am still, and you and I love we can debate about this, is like I'm still a fan of the run-ins.
I am okay with the occasional run-in. I don't need 7.
What about a 40?
I don't need
hold on. We're gonna keep going with this, but what about a 40? To me, I know we both missed 40 in the flesh in Philly this year, but that main event, the last 10 minutes, I was on Space Mountain.
It was there.
Not in a good way. I was on Space Mountain, just sitting there watching, saying, woo, keep it going. Woo. That's what I was doing.
Even then, though, it's great when it means something.
Okay.
When you do it all the time,
what is it called?
Loses all meaning.
But what if it meant something?
As a fan, it loses all meaning. No, the match meant something, yes. But to do the same bullshit you're going to do in a regular match.
You're right.
Because most of these guys are going to show up in this match at some point.
Yes.
Do something
and all the bloodline, this bloodline.
Oh, cool. Now you have tribal combat rules, which means whatever that they all show up.
There's no disqualification. So Paul Heyman's
then make a debut. Make something actually matter. Not the same guys doing the same crap they're going to do.
Yeah, wrestling matters.
To some of us, it still does.
To us, it does. So, what'd you think of the finale?
It was the predictable result. Roman was clearly going to get the thing.
Ulafala?
Yeah.
Rick, what do you think?
Still with him.
Paul's still with him. So the crazy thing happens, which you and I know we're thinking the same way. Here comes Dwayne. The crowd's buzzing. I'm like, here's our chance.
Here's the turn.
Here's the turn.
Dwayne's not acknowledging Roman.
He's not.
Yeah.
Nope. He's not doing that.
I'm the guy.
Yeah. And it doesn't happen.
Didn't happen.
We sat there.
Made the promo that much more meaningless that Dwayne had before the match.
And it upset us a little bit because it left us on the edge of our seat.
Left us stink on the show. And now we're in.
Yeah.
Really did. And probably stained my review of the show overall. Honestly, because of it. Moving on. Match is over.
Disappointing.
Da, 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 da. Everyone's favorite babyface, John Cena, shows up. Can't see him. I will never knock the human being John Cena. He is granted more Make-A-Wishes than any human being walking the planet.
He did beat, because you know who he took over for?
I don't. Okay.
We'll talk about him later, though.
Sure. Yeah,
we're gonna
that definitely comes later in the show.
Later on the show. Oh, he's on my shirt, too. Oh, he's on my... Oh, him and... There they are.
Oh, he's on there. They are. Him and Dwayne.
Huh?
All right. Later.
All right, later.
Cena comes out, runs about a 15-minute promo telling us what we all knew he was going to tell us.
Right.
This is his farewell tour, his first match coming back. What a shock. The Royal Rumble.
Pop. Cheap pop.
Mick Foley made fun of cheap pops. This was the cheapest pop going all night. I don't think we needed 15 minutes for him to tell us that in a 3-hour show.
Because where's he going to be in?
27? He'll be that number. He'll be the number.
But what does he want to beat? Oh, hello, Nature.
Not happening.
Okay. He wants
Greatest champ of all time? Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is right there staring at us.
Sorry, John. You're not that guy. Cheers.
Cheers. Woo! Continuing.
Finishes the promo.
One thing I will say, he does get the crowd into it. He does. And people want to see him.
He's the biggest face,
honestly,
maybe ever.
He beats this guy. He does.
He probably does. He's probably the biggest baby face in the history of
Even
wrestling.
for me to admit it, because you know me and this guy.
Look at this shirt.
What?
Doesn't have Ric Flair on it.
Nope.
My cup does.
Pokester and The Rock talking to each other right now. What?
So, Cena's in the Royal Rumble. Big shock.
Yeah, we knew that was happening.
All right. Moving on. Liv and Rhea Ripley for the women's title. Guilty pleasure of mine. Rhea Ripley. I apologize to my wife.
Oh, my goodness.
Can't say enough about her. She's great in the ring.
She's a phenomenal.
She's great on the mic.
Yep.
She's nice to look at. There is
She's
nothing wrong with her as a professional wrestler.
And she's got the it factor. She 100, and she's had it since NXT. She has 100.
She has most certainly had it since the Women's Classic when she showed up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They knew it then.
Yep.
We're going to sign her. She's our girl.
She's damn near 6 feet tall.
And she's been their girl since.
She wrestles.
So.
She can sell. She can take a hit. She
can wrestle dudes because she's bigger and tougher than most of them.
Right. It happens. We're in 2020.
Best match of the night, in my opinion.
Yes.
I'm not biased because I like Rhea. I also like Liv.
Right.
Probably wrestler of the year in the WWE in the last year. Yeah. 2024.
The one thing is that
who had a better year than Rhea Ripley? Excuse me, than Liv Morgan.
But I was going to say the same thing, which is great that we've come from us in our 20s, whatever, seeing the bra and panties match. That's what we saw. In the 80s, they were trash. We just wanted to say they trashed it, but now
get it. Have the girl get as close to nude as possible.
And Vince is happy.
Right.
The crowd's happy. Wow.
That's another show for another time.
We'll get on to that one. But
that'll be another show, folks.
With that being said, it's like, you know, in the last 8 years, women's wrestling has really come back. And it's great. And that's going to be another show.
But I had a discussion with a friend of mine today. The women are probably outperforming the men in the ring
because
over the last 6-8 months. Just
because
overall,
they
work. Night in, night out,
they work.
They're making better matches. Yep. They're putting better matches on television.
Yep. Absolutely, 100%.
In the end, Rhea finally wins, gets her belt back,
and big pop. This is what you call big pop.
Big pop.
Who comes out?
Oh,
actually,
beforehand, we got
Dirty
Dom.
Fucking Dirty Dom.
Dominik Mysterio. Say what you want about the kid. He's the best heel in the business right now.
He is the best.
Maybe other than MJF, he is the best heel.
Oh my God!
The professional wrestling landscape.
He just
people wake up hating him for no reason. Like
he has done his job to the T.
And he has it on all levels.
That damn stash, you just want to slap it off his face. We all do.
The mullet.
And the thing is, I'll give him credit for
He can go in the ring.
Go in the ring, and he can take a beating.
He does it all.
His father, I just don't understand. Well, here's what I'm going to say before we continue on. How the hell is he 6 feet tall, raised 5'2"? The wife is 5'6", and how is he 6'1"?
He might be the mailman's kid. Because even Eddie wasn't that tall. So he's not Eddie's kid because Eddie wasn't tall.
Remember that match back in 05? WrestleMania? 21. When this guy got... we're not hot.
We'll go back.
We're going to go back there.
Freaking boom. I'm going to pop another one.
Please do. So, Dirty Dom, like we said, scumbag, gets in the ring, tries to apologize.
Perfect.
Looks like they're going to make up. Rhea gives him a kick to the junk. Riptide. Peace.
Yeah, it's game over. She could do the riptide to one of us.
She can do a lot of things to me, but that's a horse of a different color. So, she starts walking down the entrance ramp back towards the... where they come out?
Yep. The entrance, yeah, and then
the bell hits.
Where do the lights go?
Oh, but it's not the Dead Man Undertaker.
It is
We get the American Badass.
which we love now. I like that he's transitioned. I know since WrestleMania 36, the COVID WrestleMania, when him and AJ went at it, I love that they came back. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We love the Dead Man, but that short stint of the American Badass, love it. And he's rocking it.
He's doing a lot of good shit. He's got a good podcast.
He's a Dead
Shout
Man.
out to the Undertaker.
Taker, killing it.
Came out, gave her the nod.
It's like the rub. Get the little rub.
Little rub to.
Yep.
She's it.
And then
Like it or not, she's it.
put it up.
They both give the fist up. Taps her up.
And out they go.
NC.
I love that. Now,
Oh, here we go.
I tell you what, that a guy that is over.
Yeet! Yeet! Yeet!
This
Yeet!
guy, and you know what? His personality. I love them as a tag team, the Usos, but
No, he's better than Jimmy. He's clearly better than Jimmy.
I mean, it is what
Jey
it is.
Uso, Drew McIntyre match next. Jay comes out with Travis Scott.
Yep.
Say what you
What's
want
he
about
doing?
the kid.
What's he doing, man?
Not my thing.
He's going, but he's going
I'm
to
not
sky-
that guy.
He's
I
going
don't listen to
sky
that
high.
kind of music.
He's going sky high.
But I'll tell you what, this kid showed up in a major arena in a major city.
Yep.
Walks out on stage smoking weed.
Going to
I
space
don't know
now.
if you know me or don't know me. I'm a huge advocate of the stuff. I work at a dispensary. I sell weed for a living. This is what I do. I'm not mad at this being broadcast on
It's
global television for those of you that have Netflix and saw this shit last night.
It is
This man
2025.
came out on the stage.
It is 2025. We're going.
Smoking a blunt.
Yep.
Dead ass.
Saying
So,
he's-
and
he's
like
heading
we're
to
in
the
a major
mountaintop.
arena.
Heading to the mountaintop he is.
I hit my vape. I'm getting escorted out.
Yes.
I'm also not Travis fucking Scott.
You are Matt fucking Dumont.
Exactly.
All right. Now, the match. The thing I love about Jay and Drew, they have great chemistry. Now, Drew, what I respect about him is he's went through it. Came up as a Vince McMahon guy, looked like a bowl of pudding, 6'5" bowl of pudding.
Sucked.
He leaves.
Yep.
Same thing happened to Cody.
Yeah.
Comes back, and bam, here he is. This is what you got. He
Top
is
guy.
He is a phenomenal wrestler. He sells.
guy.
He's a top guy. He's built. He makes it happen. What did you think of the match?
Mid.
What? That's it, just a mid?
MJF. That match was mid.
Whoa. You mid Carter? B plus.
And to be fair, to have to follow the girls, tough spot. They put one on.
The crowd was hot. I think they're all right. Okay. I mean, I agree with the finish. I was like, eh. But
That's honestly what killed the match.
It is.
It's a terrible term because there aren't many people that love Dusty Rhodes more than I do, but that's a dusty finish. Like, just garbage. There's so many better ways you could have ended that match than the way you did.
Dusty. Love it.
C plus.
I mean, I know we're
On par for the show, honestly.
But-
like the show, and
you realize that the show is
as much as it pains me, and I know it pains you, we're going downhill from here.
I feel like I gotta go down and I gotta take a hit from you.
Our guy,
Hold on.
our guy,
Give me a hit.
our fucking
Give me a hit.
guy,
Give me a hit.
our guy. Out next
You know,
to a rousing,
oh no, hold on.
to a rousing.
It was a rousing. No, it was mixed in the beginning, but as soon as we started,
It didn't take long.
as soon as we started talking, it was cringe. I will say this as a lifetime overboard Hulkamaniac. I felt uncomfortable,
Bro,
horrible for him. Now
I
seen,
felt as bad for him as he felt for himself because you saw it on him.
you saw
That
glasses
which
on or
you've
not.
never seen
No.
in his career.
The first time in his 40-plus year career, you could see he was shook. He was shook. Now, I'm going to say this, and we're going to try not to. I mean, this is a podcast. We're going to do what we got to do.
We're not shitting on
We don't want to talk about politics, right? We want to talk about professional
No.
wrestling.
This is,
We knew
this is not a political
this
show.
is not a political show, but we know what happened with the Hulkster. I'm going to support
We know what side he lies on. We know what side this city he showed up in lies
on. We know, and I'm going to say this as a...
Did that affect the crowd's response?
Here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yes. Also,
Had to.
at 71 years young, the Hulkster, we know now the business side of Hulk Hogan. We grew up training, prayers, vitamins, believing in yourself. I still say it to this day. You know that already. The problem is with the Hulkster is that what he's portraying right now is, hey, brother. And the only reason I don't have real American beer is because Connecticut, we don't sell it yet. So, yeah, don't worry. The next podcast, I'll go to Mass, Rhode Island, and we'll get it.
I'll get it in Mass. I work there.
Yeah, same.
I live here, but I work there.
But here's the thing. He's promoting, I would feel better, I think you would too, if the Hulkster came out, cut his promo, walked to the ring, give me a little bit more of this, because everybody knew coming to the ring. I cringed before he came out.
I think he felt it enough before he would have, because honestly, the plan was obviously for him to get to the ring at some point. But the crowd was so anti-Hulk. He felt it.
Yeah.
Because the old schoolers, they know ahead of time. They don't script their matches like the kids do now. Like these dudes walk to the ring and
run it and just run it. Right, he's gonna run it.
Call it the ring.
And he
call your promo as you shoot it.
He tried listening to him, he tried to bring in Macho Man. He tried to say this, he tried to say that. He loves the
Nothing worked.
And
wasn't working.
What made them boo more was talking about real American beer, which kind of like I sat there and I'm like, I watched it again on my way to work this morning, and I'm sitting there in silence listening to the crowd, and I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad as a wrestling fan, but I'm like, I see all the dirt sheets today. Oh, Hogan's a racist, Hogan's this, Hogan's that. Hogan got caught on a tape saying God knows what. We know it already.
Years ago.
It was the day I got promoted at the prison to lieutenant. I'm like, yeah, I'm a lieutenant. I come out. Hulk Hogan said the N-word. God damn it, Hulkster. That's exactly what I said. What the we can laugh about it. I'm like, come on, man. And then...
Full disclosure.
Go ahead.
As a social media fan, there's an Instagram page dedicated to the Booker T promo. where
what did he say?
The Hulkster. The N-word.
Which is very funny because...
Bro, I follow it
and
because
it's hilarious.
It cracks me up every day.
It does.
That I watch this man like literally shit his pants because he thinks the end of his career because he says it and immediately turns around,
realizes what he said,
and you see sensational Sherry on our wall right there.
Right there.
And he looks at her and she's like, "Oh, not at all. Like it didn't happen." And he just knows like I'm gonna get fight. Like this is it.
Hey, he never did.
Nope.
No issues. It's a meme to this day.
The last WCW champion ever. But there is a Facebook page that airs that promo every day. Like they post one reel a day, and it's that promo.
It's that one.
And I follow it because it cracks me up. Because at some point I'm going to see it. And it kills me.
And what I saw today was the Hulk Hogan haters come out of the woodwork. And I'm just like sitting there like, man, again, the two guys behind us, Hulkster and then H.
They come out of the woodwork because it's convenient at the time.
Yes. And
if you're a wrestling fan, you owe it to two people. And they're the cutout sitting behind us. Woo! And if you're our age or, within
he's right there. He's
a 10-year gap,
yeah. It's one of these two guys.
And if they're not, you weren't paying attention.
And I felt, the thing is what I felt bad for when I'm driving to work today, because I want to watch it, it's when he just turned and walked. He didn't even rip his shirt off the whole way. That's when I knew, I'm like, oh, he wanted to get the hell out of there. And here's Jimmy Hart.
It was over.
Oh, got you, baby.
No,
got you, baby.
It was already over.
It was over. And that crowd was like a Dirty Dom crowd. Hammering. So you know what I think you should do? What's this? What's this?
Put it out.
No, what's that? What's happening to my heel right now? What am I doing?
You turned.
Oh.
Now he's the bad guy.
Hulkster, you know what you got to do?
That only works once.
Could work again. Work again.
That's another show.
It's another show.
That's another show.
But it was uncomfortable. Hulkster, I know I'm speaking for Matt. We support you. But it kind of is what it is. We want you to be the Hulkster, to come to the ring, rip the shirt off, do the whole...
Do your thing, man.
Do your thing. The crowd was...
You're still our guy.
You're still our guy. The crowd ready to boo you. Just know that. And I cringed when I knew you were coming. I'm like, this could be bad. But I digress. Let's
Moving on.
continue on to one of the better promos leading into this match. Because we got a good scene.
Last Monday night, the back and forth.
CM Punk lit it up.
They both did. They went at it.
I love
it. It was great.
Yes. And that's one of those old school promos.
Which made the match that much less impressive to me. They went at it verbally and then got in the ring and kind of crapped.
It was kind of the thing is,
and
with both
no knock to CM Punk. This man's been like he said it in the promos back before he left the first time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to argue he wasn't the best in the world overall because he was better on the mic than damn near everybody, and he was also better in the ring than damn near everybody.
Because again, once again, it was the
overall
professional wrestling. That's what it was.
He had all of it, and
when he cut the promo on Seth saying
he ain't that dude anymore.
No, he's 46, and I'm glad he said
on the mic. Still got it.
Yeah,
like Monday night
body, but body wise. And you look at him
Monday night, the back and forth, best I've seen a back and forth shot like that. I don't know when. I honestly don't. That was really good.
At least a decade since we've seen it.
It was really good.
Because Triple H and him went at it.
And there was a whole bunch of honesty in it, which made it better.
You knew it. When Triple H said at the beginning of the show,
if you know, you know. And most of us know, and it was like, oh shit, they're just... Now they're like professional. Now we're stabbing at each other.
Professional wrestling is always better when there's actually a real story attached
when
to it.
Something matters.
Matt Hardy and Edge, which we can talk about another time.
That's another show.
Where's Lita? Lita's over down the mountaintop too. But we'll talk about that one. But the match, you're right. So.
And I'm not blaming Punk, like you just said. He's
46.
46. He's not what he was.
And it's because in the injuries and taking that much time off.
Well, that's the thing too. Like. How many times has he been significantly injured since his first comeback when he came back in AEW?
We can think about the
3 now?
Listen, we're going to talk about Matt and I's first WrestleMania 29. What happened to The Rock? Well, him and Cena. What did happen in that match? Rock comes in as a champion. He loses to Cena, turns it over. He blew what? He blew the what's that muscle going into your obliques? He tore both obliques. It was both sides, but Rock was a mess because he wasn't in wrestling shape. So Punk's going through the same thing. We love to watch him, but he can't then. And the thing is that we
want what we have then now, but which we're not good.
You take that much time off, it's the same thing. I played basketball over the summer. Nobody laugh off screen right now, okay? I played basketball over the summer the first time.
You might have one.
I know. I hadn't played in 8 years. I'm like, I got this. I'm playing with my girlfriend's team. She sponsored a youth team out in New Bedford.
Okay.
I got the jump tip. I'm dying in warm-ups. I'm like, did we just play? No, you just warmed up. So my
now we're tipping off.
My brain is like, I got this. Then my body's like, no, you don't. That's not what Punk.
You're not that guy anymore.
No, I mean we in our brain, I think with CM Punk,
and we wanted it too because of the promo, because the back and forth was so good.
And Seth has been the workhorse. His body's a mess. He's trying to
even in his shape. I mean, granted, he's a hair younger.
He's a hair,
which helps.
But his body, I mean, you look at
they're both beat up.
He took a break. He took a break at WrestleMania after WrestleMania 40 because he needed to. But
not
enough. No.
Came back listen, now he's still beat up.
The finish, I liked the finish.
Same.
I liked
that saved it, honestly. That saved the match.
The falling on top of Punk and then one more GTS.
That saved the match.
It did.
Because, like I said, it just kind of...
You know which wrestlers are actually, again, professional wrestling fans. You know how they're because of how match. Triple H was one of those good ones. And now I think Triple H has talked to Seth about it. Punk has now opened his brain now that you know who's gone. We're going to see what happens in the long run. But overall, I know what do you give the show?
C+, B-. I'm
going to give it a B, flat B.
So overall, show. Like I said, I give it a C, I think.
I just think the hype of Netflix was huge for WWE. I think,
to be honest, I think part of my problem was it was so hyped. I over-expected on what was delivered.
And here's the thing: is that one thing we'll say about WWE, which you and I as wrestling fans, we know the TNA, New Japan, GCW. We know about that. We like wrestling, and the thing is even NXT 4 or 5 years ago was wrestling. WWE is known for their talking.
Sure.
There's too much talking tonight.
It
needed more fighting.
Way too much.
That's it.
4 matches in a 3-hour
3.5 hour show.
Yeah. Like, total time. We're talking almost 3.5 hours. We had 4 matches.
That's
3 of which also under-delivered.
Agreed.
Like I said, so overall show, I'll give it a C.
I'm going to go B. We're going to go B even.
We'll see. I mean, they did hint at some good stuff coming. Like I said, Pentagon,
That's
whatever you want to call this dude. He's my guy. Seto Miedo.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
He's coming next week, clearly. Like,
one of the best luchador
that's the way they let it.
Absolutely.
And I think Gable's a more than worthy opponent for his first match.
Agreed.
It'll show what this dude can do. It's going to be good.
100%. We'll watch it.
I'm really going to watch next week.
We're going to watch it and be fine with it.
Like I said, I mean, it's a C, but yeah, I'm still going to tune in next week now. Like,
it's always the thing is with WWE is that they always do the factors to pull you in a little bit. And again,
like I said, and I haven't watched in a while, but now I'm
ever since Vinnie Mac's been
with
Triple H taking over, I'm telling you, he has brought most of the wrestling fans back.
To be honest, maybe my favorite part of the show
was Triple H.
The intro, the video package, like the screens in front of the ring.
Yeah.
He's sitting there in the middle. They all drop. He's standing in the middle of it. It was cool.
It was cool.
It was real cool. And he's the right guy.
1,000%.
He is the guy.
Thank goodness he's leading the way. He's leading us all. But
moving forward,
yes. What do we get? The thing is I'm looking forward to coming back again, being your guest.
Absolutely.
But we know we're not just going to talk about WWE.
No, absolutely not. We've got some other things going on, especially currently. If you haven't paid attention, Kenny Omega made his return. Missed what? A little over a year. The cleaner, man. Best match machine.
Kill switch.
You might want to argue he's maybe the best guy going.
Maybe the best wrestler in the world right now. And if you haven't seen...
If you want to argue, you can.
We can.
Hit our social media, Quiet Corner TV, Top Rope Talk.
We can talk about it.
We love it.
We had talked about before going on the air, New Japan Pro Wrestling is the king of strong style. And it's actually legit wrestling.
If you want wrestling, that's the best thing to watch,
man.
man. Like, we're not going to steer you in the wrong direction.
We want you to Google Kenny Omega versus
Shinsuke versus Ibushi versus Ishii
versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, man. Best match machine. Kenny Omega is the best guy going. Yeah. And he made his return after over a year out. And
Okada in New Japan versus Kenny Omega. That's all I got to say. Wrestle Kingdom, right? Huh?
I'll tell you what, man, this week.
What?
It was the first weekend of 2025, and him and Gabe Kidd probably had the match of the year.
Yes, they did. Now,
I challenge someone to beat him. You got 360 days.
Where are you going?
You got 360
Where are you going
days.
soon to watch?
I'm going to Hammerstein January 19th. Want to talk about some indie stuff. GCW, MDK, all fucking day.
Woo! I watched that.
Some people don't dig it.
No, it's.
I like the violence. I like the blood. I like the stuff that's a little
edgy.
Yeah,
you can say edgy. Because we grew up in ECW. That was the alternate. And we watched it. Actually, we were talking about the other day about watching ECW.
This is the progression. They've gotten a little worse. They've gotten a little more violent. It's what's allowed on television or pay-per-view or whatever.
Whatever they want to call it.
I dig it. I get to see it where ECW aired One Night Stand, one of the coolest pay-per-views I've ever seen.
Under a WWE basically leadership, and they still freaking delivered, so we're good. I'm looking forward
to it. We're also going to see some midget wrestling here. Top Rope Talk. We're going to head to Montana Knights over in Putnam, Connecticut, January 16th. Watch the little people get at it. I don't know if I can call them midgets. They call themselves midgets, so I'm going to let it fly.
That's how we're going to do it. I was corrected about 6 months ago. They're called little people, but I thought we grew up on midgets.
They called themselves midgets, so I'm running with it.
I'm running with it too.
All right, then that's what we're going with.
I'm trying to offend anybody, but midgets are midgets, you know?
All right. We're going to wrap this one up. Love you, brother. Appreciate you showing up for the pilot.
I'm going to hold it up high and wait for it. Too sweet.
This is Top Rope Talk on Quiet Corner Television. If you enjoyed the show, give us a like, subscribe, give us a shout back. Thank you.
All about professional wrestling. We'll see you soon.
This is a wrestling show where wrestling fans can be wrestling fans. See you.